Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to Team RaddTitan. This is the weekly collectors chat. If you don't know me already, this is George over here speaking to you. Over there with the weird mustard horrible pillows and looking like a scarecrow that's just developed a samurai top knot is Alex. We're going to be running through the latest updates. We've got news coming from. We were meant to cover Diamond Select last week. We didn't manage it. Oh yeah, there's always something. We've moved it now. So we're going to be covering Diamond Select. We're going to be talking about tariffs today. We'll be fielding your questions throughout. We've got some stuff that we've got in that we want to share. What we got? We've got some unlicensed bits, some licensed update stuff as well. And we will probably be talking about a lot of other wayward stuff throughout the show. Before I get started, I just want to say massive thank you to Displaybox for sponsoring this week's chat. They are the UK distributor for Moji cases. I know that we've all been there. Sometimes you want something. Don't you interrupt me.
Moji Space.
Yes, Moji Space. That's right. So sometimes you're looking around and you're thinking, you know, I could do with a little bit of some fresh displays. Could do with a new, like a change, a different direction. Maybe I've got wood. Maybe I want to go. Maybe I've got wood and glass, and I want to go perspex and steel. But wood. You want my wood?
Let's stop talking off camera.
Yeah, sorry, forgive me. Anyway, so you know they offer 24 hours shipping, so you're not talking about 6 months, 12 months, 8 months wait for stuff to get over from where they come from. You've got a guy right here on our doorstep that can basically ship it to you in 24 hours. All the standard stuff, the big units, all that kind of bits and pieces, they can do it, and they can do it really well. Check out the stuff behind Alex. You know, he's been suffering with his collection for years. Now his stuff actually looks cool, which is what it deserves. You know, you put all this money into collectibles, you definitely want a shit-hot display to be able to show it off in the right way. And I actually really do think they do some decent stuff. And when I get to my next house, I will definitely be considering getting their stuff in my gaff and all. I'm probably more of a custom fit stuff, I'll tell you. So check them out,
well,
man.
That's the thing as well is you can actually go custom with it as well. And they still arrive. That's the funny thing is if you go custom sizes through Displaybox, they arrive quicker to UK than if you go custom through Moji Space. So I don't go.
Anyway, this week's sponsors, some mad love to them. How are you, bro? What's been crack-a-lacking? What's going on?
Just trying to think really. So we were on Sunday. We pretty much forgot to do everything we were meant to talk about, and
sounds like us
this week. Yeah, so someone actually put in the comments. So I watched the whole chat. I don't remember you talking about Diamond Select. Did I miss it? Can you give me the timestamp? It's like, yeah, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Another week, another failing.
Yeah, but you know what? It's hard because you know we talk to each other all the time. So this is the thing with this chat. This is why it's as real as it can be. Is because you know you forget the cameras are sort of on. You forget everything after a few minutes. You forget it all, and then you just start going into normal routine. So you know that's why it's as well as it being a negative sometimes because we go off topic. It's a positive because you know it's all about the friendship and the community and sort of like tackling this collecting journey together, isn't it? So. That's the nuts and bolts of it all.
I've actually started to put all of our podcasts on, or chats, or whatever, live streams, whatever you want to call them, onto Spotify, Apple Music, and what's the other one? Amazon Music as well. So they're all going on there. I did put some of the more recent ones on there, and I realised that doesn't really work if you put old ones, new ones. So I had to start from number one. Okay, I've been told to shut up. So basically, yeah, so I had to go back and start number one. I'm on like, I think about 120 I've got up there. So I'm about a third of the way.
Nice.
Yeah. Getting through. So yeah, if you're listening, do subscribe on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music, whichever one you listen to. And you'll be able to get these on there probably like a day or two after they go live anyway, so you can listen to them in the gym or
yeah, exactly. I listen to chats. I listen to the CLC guys on in the gym. I can get there.
Yeah, but sometimes with YouTube, if you don't have YouTube Premium, then you have to end up like having your video playing as well. Not everyone can kind of do that, so it drains the battery. So, and especially if you're driving. So, yeah, it's just an option really. And I've been listening to some of the old ones. It's actually quite funny because we do start exactly the same as you like yo Geo RaddTitan, some kind of insult to me, and yeah. So I've been going like that from the start.
Listen, when you know how to cook an omelette, you just keep fucking cooking it the way you know how to do it. You know what I mean? No point changing, getting chili, adding a bit of cinnamon, being all gay about it. You change your shit, stick to what you know, and go the right way. I introduce myself, I insult you. We all know where we stand. Winner.
Cheers. What are you drinking?
What was that?
Oh, God. The fuck is she getting involved again for?
I know, she's just there, man. She's just like that.
She's worse than that fucking guy from who took over Immortalised in Stone, that fucking grave robbing, glory hunting bitch, man. Tell her to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, grave robber. Fuck off.
Get your own fucking channel.
Get your own show.
Probably will get more subscribers than us in a short amount
she
of
would
time.
definitely kick our ass. She did do a chat. We'd fucking well lose.
You and Mary gonna do.
You and Mary do it. Yeah, that's a winner.
Oh yeah.
The widows of RaddTitan. That'd be brilliant.
All right, well, let's pour out another drink on that.
What you want? What you want today?
I want the black stuff, my man.
Oh, yeah. Once you go black, you don't go back, babe.
Oh yeah. Let me try not to drop that everywhere. So yeah, other than that, I mean, not been up to much. I mean, obviously the Guyver 2 dropped yesterday.
You did all the editing of the video. You've been working really hard on the XM stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully we're going to be dropping that on Sunday. We're sort of like pushing XM to get their ass together with getting them subtitles. Their Chinese subtitles on it, which they want. So, but we're hoping to drop it Sunday. So that'll be like our 350 sort of chat, and we'll get on there and smash it for Sunday. So be ready.
Well, the idea of it is to do it. I think if you do it as a premiere, it can it's like a live stream.
Yeah.
So people can comment and we can respond to them. I'll be there. I don't know if Gio will be there, but I'll be there answering the questions. If you're there, I've got hiccups now. If you're there, you're there. And did you actually get to watch any of it?
No.
No, you can't.
I'm going to watch it, but at the end of the day, I'm going to watch it sort of when it sort of drops. I've got it now to do, but this is the thing. Like it's quite a lot. It's quite long. It's like a good hour and a half long. It's like a movie. Yeah. If I can film, think to myself, fuck. If I've got 90 minutes to spare, I'm going to be watching fucking Mobland or fucking half of Lord of the Rings or some shit. I don't want to listen to you fucking speak to Ben about shit. The only thing I care about, and I mean this with all sincerity, is I want XM to come back. I want XM to release shit, and I want them to come back, and I want them to start smashing some winners out of the park. That's all I care about. The reason I care about that is because I think the statue world need it, and I remember what things were like. I was around when before XM arrived. Before XM came into this game, I was here, and at the end of the day, it got really stale and it was kind of shit. So XM started just smashing out winners, and they made Sideshow go, what the fuck? And then Sideshow had to start performing. It took them a few years to get their act together. XM caned them for years, about 3-4 years. They were XM's bitch for a while. And then they started really pushing their projects, getting more innovating and thinking outside the box. That Captain Morgan shit was done with. Terrible likenesses were done with. Sloppy paint was done. That was basically Sideshow for about 4 years, and then they just sort of went, Jesus, we're going to get killed here. We need to up it, and they did, and they've released some fantastic stuff in response. So iron sharpens iron. So I just give a shit about them making stuff and getting back out there and doing their stuff, doing their business. I don't care about nothing else.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't think it's a better. Anybody that will try to talk to you and try to tell you the statue community or the statue world is better without XM, they can fuck off, because that's just not the case. That's not good for anybody. It's not good for anybody if XM are not in the equation. I'm telling you now. So, you know, it's going to just mean a drop in standards from pretty much everybody else. And that's just not what we want. You know, and it's the same with like Prime 1. I don't like Prime 1. I wouldn't order a single Prime 1 piece. I'd never own a Prime 1 piece. But if you was to put a gun to my head and say, do you want Prime 1 to cease to exist? I would say no. They're very much needed. They're very much important to the landscape, and we need them. We need people making good shit so everybody has better options. If you're coming from a place and you're like, I don't want them, fuck, you know, we don't want them, they did this, they did that, and fuck them. You know, I was hearing that shit when XM first came out. I remember the Sideshow fanboys, and they just apps, and they're still around today. It's still the same voices making all the same noise, and be like, oh, yeah, paint's flat, can't do female portraits. I've heard all this shit before. The truth is that you don't want them because you're in bed with somebody else. And personally, that's your journey, man. If you want to stick to one company, then that's absolutely cool.
Well, that's the thing is, I mean, you know, I think the best collections, and we've said this many times, is a collection that's made up of different brands. You know, if you end up with all the same brand in your collection, it's boring. Yeah. It's really boring.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that goes for everybody.
Prime 1, Sideshow, custom. So yeah, that's just a couple behind me though.
Yeah, I mean, if I look around, I've got Legendary Beats, Twee Ahead, Custom, XM, Sideshow, Iron Studios, Bowen Designs. Godzilla stuff. I got shit everywhere. I mean, and I like mixing it up. I mean, I went through a stage actually. I remember I set the City box set. Yeah, fuck you. I'll tell you what I got actually. You know, I got this Blu-ray steelbook in yesterday. I got all of the Underworlds. I don't know if anybody's seen this. It's fucking awesome. I was like, looking. I was like, I fancy them. You know, I remember watching and enjoying the Underworld, the vampire and the werewolf thing. And I found like one where all of them, but they've got like 5 or 6 movies all in one. I don't think it's from the UK. I think it's an import. I think it might be American, but it's really cool.
What's so special about it?
No, just that it's just like one case now. Like it's got all of the films, so I didn't have to go running around trying to find, you know, the 5 or 6 movies that I wanted. They were all sort of together, and I thought that was really handy. You don't want to give up on that shelf as well, you know, getting all of the Underworlds. You just want sort of like, you know.
There's one of them in the middle that's really shit. There's one of them in the middle where it goes back in time to like before, and it's about 2 of them falling in love before or something. And Kate Beckinsale isn't in it.
Having a break.
I remember I watched them all when I was in Thailand over COVID. We watched all of those, and we watched all of the Resident Evil films. And the Resident Evil films are so bad, like so bad. And they just really fuck it up big time. And the only reason she's in them all is because her husband's the guy directing it. So
that's not good.
Yeah, even that, like she did another film called Monster Hunter. He directed that. He's not a very good director. I mean, the only thing he did was probably any good was the original Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, but that's a bit of nostalgia. That film's shit, to be honest.
It's got to be in it.
It is well shit. It's got to be shit. I mean, I remember sitting on the train with you on the Underground, giving that an 8 out of 10 or some gayness going on. I can't remember what we were talking about, but it's bad.
I think we came out of Street Fighter. I think we gave Street Fighter 8 out of 10. I think we gave Mortal Kombat 9.
You know what? I'm going to say this, and
I think he did the film Soldier as well with Kurt Russell. It's got some good elements in it. If he did that,
that part in Street Fighter where Jean-Claude Van Damme does the speech, though, still gets me today. Still think that's
I haven't
awesome.
seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it since the
that bit. I love that bit. I don't know why. Like of all the Jean-Claude Van Damme awesome bits, there's a bit in Street Fighter where he's like, "It's okay, we get to go home. You know, our friends died, but it's okay, we get to go home." And then he's sort of like, you know, he does his motivating speech. And even now, I'm sitting there going, "Let's go, man." I feel like it's badass.
I honestly don't think I've seen.
Even with his stupid little fucking Street Fighter cap on, still like, yeah, fuck it, let's go.
All right, let's see who's in the chat anyway. Anil, how you doing? Hope everything's good. Capital City Statues. Hello, fellows. Hope all
Good
is
brother.
well. Gabriel Gutierrez. What's up, guys? Mitchell Lawrence. Oi, oi, what's happening, gents?
Yo,
Going, John
motherfuckers.
Band. Greens everyone from the windy city of Chicago. How you doing? Dante Dis. What's good, fam? Thank God it's Friday. Yeah,
Yeah,
Friday.
amen.
Sam the man. What's up, you people? Alex had an upgrade. Yeah, cool. Thanks. Yeah, no, it's good. I'm happy with this. I still need to do some adjustments, but it's going well. Made it for a bit, almost time to leave for work. When do those great t-shirts become available? I think they're still on there. I don't know. I have to look. I think they're still there on Redbubble. Movie Collector 84. Evening, guys. Alex, I'm in the background, really coming together. Thank you very much. If it was not for XM, we'd still be getting cross-eyed sideshow pieces, and that's
There
not
you
a
go.
joke. No, it's not
That's
a joke
not a
at all.
joke, well said. Exactly right.
Casual nerd problems. I think most collectors are not complaining what XM are doing or if they should be done. I think most collectors are saying, where is XM? Rarely am I seeing people question XM quality. What's happening, casual? Glad Sideshow's finally stopped using tape on the styrofoam boxes. Yeah. Mitchell, Toy Quest 101, how you doing? What's
Yo,
up,
brother.
boys? Rise of the Vikings. Oh, that must be the shit one in the middle. Rob Thomas. That's my dad. Yeah. There's his dad there. There's his dog there. That. Yeah,
Is that your dad?
That's my dad. Yeah, that's
What are
Richie.
you doing in here, you fucking idiot? What are you up to?
He was calling me just before that, and I said, I'm doing a live.
Look at that. You got a
Talking comics
compliment.
with the
He didn't
Gourmanator.
say anything.
Alex,
He didn't say anything
Mary.
horrible to you at all.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised. Talking comics with the Gourmanator. Alex set up as looking sharp in the background. Thank you very much. Where's Nemesis walks around shooting all the Stars members and roaring. It's hilarious, weird, but funny movie. They're all terrible, and even the new Resident Evil film where they literally made it a point to have every fucking woman save the men, and they made Leon just like a little whiny bitch. It's just horrendous. It's really horrible. Even Wesker was a little whiny bitch as well. Kate Beckinsale did a great job with her character in Total Recall remake. She's quite hot. You know, she's hot in there.
Fuck that. You want Sharon Stone.
Huh?
You want Sharon Stone. Let's go
Uh,
with Sharon Stone. Total Recall, Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone is in her prime. Total Recall.
Yeah, in Total Recall. Yeah. M. Bison's giving me jokes in Street Fighter film. Yeah, where is that Raoul something his name, isn't he?
You know, I didn't realise, but he was really sick, man, when that was going on.
He died. He died shortly after, didn't he?
Yeah, but he was like, for him to complete the movie, like he'd like lost loads of weight, so they had to do like with like the suit, you know, and everything. So like that's why he looked like that. Like towards the end, it was like heartbreaking, really.
Wasn't he
Gomez? He was in a bad way. They had to like cancel filming for like a long while, maybe a year. Had to like stop for him to like get treatment and stuff, and just to be well enough to continue it. It was well bad.
Wasn't he Gomez in Adam's Family?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was brilliant as well as Gomez.
Dark Cross, how you doing? What's up, guys? Tony Fennell in the house. There you go.
Yes, my man.
How's it going? E-Man.
I got it. Yeah, I sent all the pictures over, so don't worry, lad. It's all
Devil Man there in his picture. I got excited. It's Venom with wings. Nerd about order. Sup, fellas? Alex got 2 more Bowens today. Should be here next week. Morbius and Tiger Shark. Tiger. It is Tiger Shark, isn't it? It says Tiger Stripe. It says Tiger Tripe. Wolverine. Oh, Tiger Stripe Wolverine. Sorry.
yes.
Okay, yeah. I was reading it and then thinking, no, it's supposed to be Tiger Shark.
I got an offer on that Morbius. That must be the one he must have picked up.
I like that. What's up, Alex and Geo? Hope all is well. Hope it's good your side. Captain Gemini in the house. Background's definitely coming together. Geo, loving the Red Hulk mic. Pick it up one day.
Have to. Still one of the best ones.
On the chat I listened to, you're raving about Red Hulk in it, and you're going on about how Sideshow, like how great it is for a Sideshow piece.
Yeah. I mean, it still holds. It's a very nice sculpt. It's a Pablo Vigiano sculpt, and it's a very well proportioned and put together piece.
Dante does. Alex, have you ever told your dad about when you went to Singapore? Continue the Street Fighter movie being sick because of his daughter. Continue the Street Fighter movie being sick because of his daughter. I'm assuming he meant he finished the movie because of his daughter, not he was sick because of his daughter.
No, but I think what it means is that he carried on working even though he was sick, because he knew that it was terminal, and he was getting quite, he was getting well paid. Obviously, wanted to make sure his daughter was all right.
I know, but it kind of sounds, if you read that a different way, it's like he was sick because of his daughter.
I didn't read it that way, but yeah.
Well,
it's the benefit of being able to read. Really, it's a plus.
That's also why grammar is important, but yeah. All right, should we get straight onto the pictures? Because otherwise we're going to miss it. We're going to fuck it all up. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else.
There's a Diamond Select fucking picture in there. That'd be good.
There is a Diamond Select. Yeah, his daughter wanted him to continue the movie. Yeah, not the Alex way. I think that's how fucking rumors start. His daughter was excited. She was playing Bison because she loved the game, so he carried on.
Cool. Get in.
All right. Let's swap that over and go to that one, and then go to that one, and I think it's easier with the other way. When there's like that other screen, I think I'll use that other screen in future. All right, so this is Georgian Nenny D rather than me. This is just to remind me. So companies and fees and the death of Diamond Select. So we're going to go on to that, and get on the page. There you go. So this is you first.
All right. So today I got in. As you can tell, I'm in a pretty good mood. I had a really horrible experience. I bought a couple of them D for real Godzilla pieces from a collector, and he shipped them really, really badly. And as a result, I got like a broken base for my Mothra, which, if you don't know, that it's on like a metal rod, and it's meant to stand in the base, and it's basically got like an oval shaped base, and it just stands in there, just plain, just says Mothra on it, Godzilla 2019, and it's like a blue color. Basic, but it was broken, so I had a bit of a problem. I'm having a bit of a nightmare with this guy at the moment. I'm trying to get him to give me a partial refund because of it. But in the meantime, I was talking to my friend Tony Fennell, who you just see was in the chat, and I said to him about he's like making all these really cool miniatures, like like Warhammer, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's like making all this cool like bases and all this cool stuff, like crazy stuff, like really, really top level stuff. And he made me this base for the Mothra, so he's been working on it and he was really quite quick with it. So this took him probably about maybe 10 days. So I opened it up, becoming this lovely little wood. You could tell like an artist like packed this up. Yeah. It was something, a proper wooden box, felt lining, tissue like paper all around it, really nice. And this is it. So, this is the actual basic segment. I've also got to give a massive shout out to his missus, Sarah, who basically just encourages him and supports him every day with the madness that is his artwork, and basically living with his condition, and just supporting everything that he does, giving him the sort of power to push on and get shit done and really be creative. And he's an incredibly inspiring man who I'm really proud to call a friend of mine. And he made this space for me. Obviously, I bought him an electrical sander in, as a thank you. But really, I could have given him double the amount of money and still been happy. He's basically made this beautiful thing. Now, it's really cool. He's called this, it's called Single Tree is the name of this base. And what it is, has the old cherry blossom sort of tree there at the front. And then you've got these Japanese sort of mountains, grass, moss. You've got a river on the inside, and you've got that sort of like this display, like observation tower in the background there from, where the Mothra actually will insert just across from the mountains. So you can see this lovely work that he's put into this. And he's just basically sculpted this from scratch, from hand, from one block of, and there it is there, that single tree. And he signed it 101, which I asked him to do. and he put a light in there as well, so it's sort of like he had this vision of it sort of like illuminating Mothra above it. And I'm proud to say that he did a fantastic. I mean, just look how it's just a beautiful piece of art.
That's really cool. Yeah,
so organic as well. It feels so alive. It's really, really, really special. So I'm really.
You got an idea now for your Rodan?
Oh yeah, I've already sort of said to him, I'm so impressed with this work. I said, look, you've got to make me a Rodan one as well, like a mountain, like a volcano, erupting volcano with him on the top of it. I can't wait to see what he does with it. I mean, I just left him alone with this. I did not, he has his own sort of way of, his ideas and stuff, and he's an incredibly gifted person. So I have no concerns. Every night he was sending me pictures. Every day he was sending me updates and stuff. It was a real pleasure to talk to and to work with. Probably the easiest collaboration with anything I've ever done. I sat back and just watched his genius unfold. And he's got because he had a really bad stroke, and it really messed him up, gave him all kinds of problems. He was a little bit of a wide boy in his younger days, so we have a lot of things like that in common. And he had to learn to live his life differently. And he's sort of the madness that it sort of goes on with feeling sort of trapped in your body, because your body's like breaking down, but your mind is free. And he just sort of like puts it into stuff like this. And he really is an incredible person. So, show me, keep going. So, he put a little Easter egg in there. He put like King Kong skull, like for the Hollow Earth.
Oh, well, yeah.
Sort of thing in there. So it's like the observation tower is there. They found remains of like the Kong civilization. And then obviously Mothra is there as well, which I think is just awesome. And it lights up. Yeah. You give me a remote with it and like things, plug it in, and it does all the colors and stuff. And it just looks unbelievable, really good work. And that's what it looks like with Mothra on the top. And it's definitely you can see how it illuminates the underneath, just as how he planned it. Now, bear in mind, the Mothra was with me, and the pole was with me, and everything fits like a glove. I sent him some pictures of the Mothra, so he knew what colors he was working with. I sent him some pictures of me sort of measuring how thick and long the rod was that he's standing on top of. But I couldn't fit any better if he had it in hand. It was unbelievable. So really, really nice. I love the name of it as well, that he called it Single Tree. It's just brilliant. Couldn't think of a better name either. So it's really, really cool.
No, it's really cool. And that's a good touch. He's sort of gone with the thought as well to name it.
Yeah. It's just things like that, It's the detailing on it is unbelievable, the work and craft that's gone into it. And it's like, that base under there is no more than what, maybe like 70 across, 75 maybe centimeters. So you're not talking about something that fits in the palm of your hand. And that kind of level of craftsmanship, we really put a lot of work into it. So I'm very proud of it.
Well, some of these Warhammer painters are really impressive, like what they do.
Nah, this is a whole different level, man. This was just a block of base, and he's literally carved and chipped into it and sort of done it all from scratch, from nothing.
Yeah.
What I sent him was a picture of the birth scene of Mothra in the movie, and he's come up with the water, he's come up with the mountains, he's put all these shades of blues and things in them just so that it captures the light lovely. So yeah, really proud of it. So it is a stunning piece of work. So thank you, Tony, for that, man. And thank you for being so obsessed and crazy and as in a good way as you can be. And we love you, man. So just we're rooting for you. Stay fit, stay well, stay healthy in your mind. And I'm going to throw loads of projects your way. And if there's anything like this sort of thing that you're interested in yourself, like hook up with Tony as well. Try and reach out with him on Facebook or even on the chat below, because he's a guy that you could really enjoy working with. He's a great guy.
I agree. Dave Wolf in the house. How you doing?
Hey, bro.
It's the what I do just trying to catch up with the comments. Don't miss with Japanese girls playing Street Fighter in the arcade.
No.
What's up, everyone? Listening while I close the gallery. How you doing? Mitchell,
yeah, man.
I remember you mentioned it last stream, Geo. I'll take on those Japanese girls, Mitchell. Don't worry. Fantastic work on the base. Thanks, Craig.
Yeah.
Casual, I'm a Street Fighter Don, but I know when I've had to have healthy fear. Mitchell, anything worth having doesn't come easy. Japanese girls, here I come, pause. Okay. Rodan equals Firebird lives in a volcano.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're going for.
Lily May, Pulsewood, good job, Tony. Casual, one of my exes was half Japanese, beware. Incredible piece of art. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying your evening. Any suggestions on a statue painter in the UK? I've contacted Ian, I think it was, but no response. Ian is the one we normally go through. I know he's been very, very busy lately. Other than Ian, I know that Dave Wolf, he used someone. Dave, who did you use if you're still listening? Other than that, I haven't really used many people in UK. I wouldn't go anywhere near that right guy too. I wouldn't touch him with a fucking barge pole.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know anymore in UK.
There's collector friends of ours that have just had a bit of a mare with that guy for years, like 5 years. They've had his stuff. It's just fucking mare. So yeah, we definitely with a good conscience couldn't say that.
Casual nerd problems. I dated a 6'2" Korean for 2 years now. For 2 years, nothing scares me. Was that a male or female though?
That's a male one. There's no doubt. There's no female 6'2" Koreans.
Casual, fair enough. I like the colours on this piece. The sub base is a nice touch. Another question for you both. Only you collect comic book pieces? Yeah, I collect movie.
Yeah.
I've got quite a few like horror movie pieces. All my stuff's all boxed up at the moment, so I need to kind of get out.
Alex was the movie collector. That's how we were doing the channel. I was doing the comic stuff and he was doing the movie stuff. But then my stuff was just doing better on view, so Alex jumped ship.
It weren't quite like that, but yeah. Well, actually, in that corner, there are 2 anime pieces there anyway.
Yeah, you got some anime stuff as well.
All the Guyver stuff all boxed up. Thank you for much love, Tony Fennell.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Tony's in the room. You should 100% do the Golden Demon. Put some pieces in. You definitely have the skill and the talent. Sigor. Hi, Radd and Titan. Any word on XM interview? XM's dragging their feet. Yeah,
it's going to be a drop on Sunday, I hope.
Hopefully Sunday. I've done all the editing. I submitted it. I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday, and they asked me if I can wait for them to do Chinese subtitles, and they want to post it at the same time. And I've told them I really want to do it on Sunday.
Yeah,
that was the plan. So
yeah.
Hopefully they get they fucking pull their finger out, because I don't need Chinese subtitles on mine, and it's up on YouTube waiting to be posted.
Exactly.
While you're here, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Cheers, man. Thumbs up, everyone. There you go. We always forget to do that. Craig Gorman, right guy, had a peace of mind for almost 3 years, took the piss, went to Ian, and he sorted it within 2 weeks. Avoid right guy, like the clap, no integrity. The other thing about right guy as well was he was charging people really a lot of money, sending it to Ian, paying fuck all, and basically doing it that way as well. So he wasn't even doing
subcontracting through Ian as well.
Yeah.
So he was basically making you work. He was getting the credit for it, and he was basically subcontracting. He was taking money off the, getting paid for doing nothing. The thing is as well. So I bought a Gambit premium format off Jonathan Meddings. And he basically told me at the time, like, I bought it for a good price, but he said it was damaged and it was being repaired by Right Guy. And he was saying he said it's the figure's repaired and he's got it. He's just waiting on the base to be painted. And I basically was like, all right, so then it became my problem. So I inherited this problem with this base. And in the end, I got so tired of this fucking guy, like dealing with this guy, that I just drove to his house and I said, like, give me the base. And I went into his house and he was really, I walked in the house. It was really like shady, with like being like really uncomfortable with like me looking in any way, with like being really, really funny. And that's because he's had mountains of boxes stacked all over the place. He's got people's stuff all over the place. He's had it for years and years.
And he displays everyone's statues as well.
That's right. Yeah, he puts their stuff. There's stuff out on display there they're not his. So it was a little bit like, in the end, I took it out of there and he was like, it's done. and it was shoddy as shit. Like the work was absolutely shoddy. Really, I had to have it redone. It was horrendous. It was like he basically
over the dust.
sanded it down. If you remember, yeah, because the it's like glass. The gambit, the X base is like really smooth, and this was like the fucking textured version. I got like a, you know, I don't know. I got the braille version of the fucking X base. It had an X-Men comic fucking brailled into the base. It was like all bumpy and fucked. I was like, what is all this? Oh, it's like, oh, it's, you know, when I've sanded it, and, you know, I'm like, well, ain't you meant to fucking like make sure you've, you know what I mean? You seal it and all that with all that in the air. It's like, what are you doing? Like basic stuff, amateur stuff. But yeah, fuck that guy, man. Don't use that guy.
Also, what he did was Gary Speed sent him a lot of stuff. And one of the ones was he sent him the endoskeleton Terminator arm. And when Gary took it to him, he took out a box and it had like a one finger broken or something. And then when Right Guy took out, the Right Guy had it for like 4 years and moved house in the process. And then when he unboxed it, he said to Gary, "Oh, you know, there's more damage than you disclosed." And Gary was like, "No, I showed you the damage when I brought it to you." And he was trying to charge Gary to repair like 4 broken fingers or something in the end. And he was just like, "Well, you've broken it here." And he's like, No, I didn't. He's like, "Well, you moved house, you did this, you did that." He goes, "Oh, no, my removal men wouldn't damage it like that, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Well, wouldn't..." I think Gary paid it in the end because he had no option.
This is the problem. In the end, I couldn't listen to this fucking guy anymore. So I had to come and get it myself. This is too much. And his behaviour as well, like when I was there, was just like very, like, somebody I wouldn't advise using. He didn't seem comfortable. And he knew I was coming. Not like I turned up and disturbed his fucking, you know, fish finger lunch. I turned up.
And it was also the other thing was
really uncomfortable with me, like looking at these like displays with statues in it. He knew that there was shit in there that he's not meant to have. He had stuff out. They're not his stuff. He's very uncomfortable, like really, like not normal. And you felt like, what the fuck? What's this fucking guy's problem? Nah.
I mean, the thing about it as well was he had so much of a backlog, and then he had all this stuff where he was making these little custom projects on the side, but not doing his custom. They're not doing the repairs he's had for years. And then he did this like Frost Demon for like a Bowen design one.
Euro,
I can't remember the name. Anyway, the Frost Giant, he did that.
It's like the Surtur or Ice Surtur, isn't it?
It's meant to be quite a nice piece, but the thing is he was meant to be doing all the repairs he said he was doing. And then he did all this run of gauntlets as well. And the gauntlets, like a couple of people said they had them turned on, they burnt out. You know, they just like literally they couldn't handle it.
Oh yeah, I have one of those gauntlets. I had one. I got it from Rebecca, I believe, and she told me like, just don't put the battery in. So I put the battery in. It went well hot, dude. I wanted to see what was going to happen, so I put it in to check the light up and stuff. And it was on for about like 20 seconds, and I put it out, and it was like really warm, like fire hazard warm. It was a bomb. Like if you imagine, if you left it on for like an hour, it'd probably burn down your house. It ain't good. Like it was alarming how warm it was. You know when you've got batteries in something and you think that the batteries are going to explode, and it feels like it's burning inside, and you like take the batteries and the batteries like really like molten. It was like that. Something was like that.
To be fair, Geo, if you showed up at my house angry, I'd be nervous too.
Well, to be honest with you, I just agreed that he would give it to me. So I was being like, you got to remember, I was playing nice because I wanted my shit. Like at the end of the day, my plan was get it out of his hands, and then I can go from there. I just didn't want him having it anymore because he had it for ages, and my communication with him was just excuse after excuse, like after excuse, and I was just getting fed up. So at the end, it wasn't like give me my shit. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Any of that. It was just a case of, look, don't worry about it. Just leave it. I'll come and get it and we'll sort it. And he was like, no. He's agreed to pay me. He's paid me already to paint it and do it. So I'll get it done. I'm like, look, I need to get it by this time. I'm going to come on this day and pick it up. I need it by then. If it's not, I'm just going to take it up unfinished. So he knew I was coming in. He knew the crack. It wasn't like, you know, didn't turn up with any aggression on him, to be honest, because I thought if I turned up And I gave him some shit. He was probably just going to fucking close the door, and it was going to get a bit untidy there. So the trick was, I just wanted it out of his hands.
Yeah, don't blame you. Don't blame you. The fish finger sandwich. Yeah. All right. Next
Seems
thing.
like one of them kind of guys.
So this is just one of the examples, basically, of, so this is the Drive Master Variant poster by Apollo Gallery, and just added on the subtitle. So you got the $5.70 impact fee, tariff impact fee, $8 sales tax, shipping is $20, grand total of $129.19. So it's quite a bit added on, isn't it? It's like 25% added, a bit more. Yeah, about 25% added on, isn't it?
Yeah, mad love to the guy that sent this to me for the chat. He sent me this and just said he feels like they're tariffing every fucking thing, trying to charge collectors more money. Basically just squeezing them a bit. I mean, this is, I think, it's a sideshow.
Sideshow? Was this?
Yeah, I think it's a sideshow. Yeah.
And was the person in the USA, or were they?
I can't remember. Location.
Because that's the other side of it is the actual tariff for this should actually be $13.
Yeah,
should be should be 10%. So in all fairness, the actual tariff is lower than it should be anyway. So yeah, because that's one of the things is the UK. This company is in UK. I don't think it's this one, but there was another one. There's about 3 or 4 of them, and they're all called Apollo Gallery, Apollo Posters, whatever. They're all in UK, and UK to USA is 10%. So that's actually less. So that's about 7.
I don't know if the guy is American. I'm not sure. I think he might be from Europe.
Well, even if he's from Europe, allegedly, if it's gone to Sideshow and come back, it's still come from America, isn't it? So it's gone into America.
It's just something to bear in mind, because if this is what we're talking about, you need to be ready for when your pre-order drops. You start seeing this fucking big fee at the, this big plus on the end of your thing.
Well, I just think they also wanted to charge for $25 for a signature delivery, J. Scott Campbell in the States. I love that pic. Oh, I understand you're saying his shoes probably shit himself. Yeah. So, that's the thing as well, is a lot of the stuff that we're seeing again. If you're talking about all fees as well, I think over the years, there's always been certain companies which have taken advantage of customers. And we always bring up Prime One and their kind of shipping rates. The Alita, she cost me, I think, $280 to ship, or $240 to ship. But in all fairness, it's quite a big box. And, is a light box, actually, because it's only 7 kilos. But one of the edges is 81 centimeters.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be an oversized box.
Oversized, yeah, for sure.
If you were to get it from Sideshow, it'd be like $140, $150. But from Prime One, it's like $100 more. And you got to think about these companies, Prime One is shipping a lot of boxes. So they should have a decent rate. I think.
Yeah, but you ain't getting
that. So it does feel like some of these companies will charge you kind of what you would be charged. They don't pass on their discount rate. And one of the things as well is when you look at
searched it, you'd probably be paying the same amount of money. So you go, that's all right.
When you look up custom guys and you see what some custom guys are shipping things for, and you can see if these people, I know a lot of them have other arrangements as well. There's a lot of deals going on behind the scenes where they're pairing up with other people and whatever else. But why don't companies do that? Or they do and they don't pass it on. They must be doing it.
They are doing it. They got a massive discount. You just ain't getting it. You're paying the fucking standard rate. You're paying the rate that any Tom, Dick, or Harry will get. You're not paying the 30%, 40% subsidized fee. There's no way. Not a chance.
Well, that's the thing as well. So tariffs and companies need to be monitored and checked once they're called off. They'll 100% take advantage of the situation. Same as COVID prices never went down. Exactly. Yeah. And the other side as well is I reckon that there will be a lot of companies charging tariff fees for things they've already got waiting in their warehouses in the USA.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 100% going to happen. 100%. Prime One sold Superman Stati a few years back when statues were 900, if I recall, but the shipping was 1100. Jesus. Probably gets a discount rate, but they charge you full price. Difference is profit for the company. Yeah,
exactly.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Yeah.
When I spoke to someone the other week, I can't really go into who I spoke to, but he told me that he ships for a lot of distributors and a couple of companies, and he gets good rates because of the volume he ships and because he pays it all up. But again, it doesn't look like they do the same. It doesn't look like they pass on that saving, you know. And I remember in like Singapore, like one of the grey market sellers, he had the best rates all the time.
Yes.
And I remember they all tried to bundle on his, and he was just like, "Why would I help you out? That doesn't give me business," which I don't blame him. But anyway,
distributors there, that was cutthroat, bro. That was crazy cutthroat for sure.
I do think that it's one of the things, though, if you have pre-orders with an American company like Sideshow, and these costs are going to be bulked on, and there's only so long they can absorb it for if it continues. Yeah. Hopefully it won't, but, you know, because that's the other side of it. It's all been paused for 90 days.
Yeah. And
this is recent, so...
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, should it be on there still?
Exactly. That's the point, isn't it? That's the point.
I had my eye on Prime One Detective Comics 1000 statue, and in the end, it didn't go for... So, didn't go for it as it was 1,200 for the statue, and shipping and also import charges, so the same prices. That's one of the things with this. I keep going back to the Elita because it's the last piece I paid tax on, and the only piece I paid tax on for quite a long time. So I think the most expensive thing I've had to ship for the size. But it's just one of those things that, you know, sometimes when you want it, you have to pay it, because this one sold out and it didn't really go to many distributors. So, you know, it's something I had to go for. And also I've got the opportunity now to buy Guy for 2, and if I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, I know these luxury items are not essential for life, but there comes a time when prices become obscene and common sense needs to take over. 100%.
Yeah, 100, yeah. 100%. But never lose that. Never ever lose that. As long as you keep that little voice that basically says, "Nah, fuck this." You need to have that, because nothing is worth overriding that feeling. When you get that feeling, it's like, nah, this is you need to listen to that.
If we had common sense, we wouldn't be collecting. Yeah. But you'd be a fucking crack addict.
Don't be so ridiculous. Stupid comment.
All right, so
hobbies are expensive. It's just a fact of life. If I took up fishing, like, fishing could be fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But my obsessive kind of personality with things, can you imagine? My rod would be like fucking $5,000 rod. Fucking using fucking lures and shit that cost like 150, 200 pound a piece. Some stupidness. I've heard about people spending thousands and thousands of pounds on like a simple thing like fishing, or fucking RC cars, or any of that type of shit. Like, there's money. Anything that you can sort of like stops men from going into casinos or fucking prostitutes, it's expensive. Trust me. If it's like, you know what, I don't want to fucking, you know what I mean, I don't want to gamble. Like that gambling's like a terrifying addiction. Drugs, terrifying. So at the end of the day, sometimes you got to look at it and just say, you're fucking one of the lucky ones. If you got nostalgia from like shit that you grew up with as a kid, and you wish there was a fucking big statue of it you could have in your room, and now you're grown up and you can do that, where's the fucking harm? Who the fuck are you?
Well, there's
hurting?
also, obviously you've been there, and now when like Logan comes in here, so I'll be working, and Mary will bring him in here, and he'll be like looking around, like, oh wow,
Yeah.
like so. Little fucker keeps touching the glass though. He knows it sets me off because I put his hand on the perspex. Do you know what he did to me the other day? Little shit, right? I was laying down here, so I'm on I've got my laptop there, and then Mary like goes, "Oh, can you just look after him 5 minutes?" I'm like, yeah, cool. So she goes off, and he's like looking around like, oh wow, and I'm like, and he goes like that, and I go, don't touch it because you get fingerprints all over it. And he looks at me, I'm not lying, he's like 15 months, looks at me, goes like that, licks his hand, and it goes like that and puts it on the person.
But you see there, you've got to question two little facts. You said to him, don't touch it because you'll put fingerprints on it. So maybe his understanding was, if I lick my fingers, I'll clean the fingerprints off, and therefore won't leave any fingerprints on what he's saying. See what I'm saying? That is just how this is how things can be interpreted. But in the end, look, nothing gives me, when my children like enjoy stuff that I like or I liked as a kid. There's nothing better. Yeah, I'm getting in trouble at the minute because my oldest son, who's 6, has like a room full of like toys, but they're all on display, so they're all really, and you don't let no one touch them. And my wife, my missus, is like, "This is your fault because you have a room full of stuff that you can't touch. They look like toys, like high-end sort of toys, but you can't touch them." So my son is replicating that. My oldest is replicating that with his room. He does have a couple of like dinosaur statue things, and he has like some Funkos and shit. But I'm trying to explain, like, you can play with this stuff. It's like not just meant to stand there. You're meant to use it, but he doesn't. So definitely is something that I've sort of planted there, something I've made happen.
Wow. What does Jenny collect?
Diamonds. Souls. Broken hearts. What do we collect? Paychecks. Yes. Collects bills.
All right. Anyway, so Diamond Select toys got bought out. Diamond Select got bought out, and then one of the things that happened was, so it's Populium. They acquired all assets from Diamond Comics distributors, and basically they straight away they laid off everyone from Diamond Select Toys and General Giant. So that was part of it. This Populium, they own like NECA, they own some other big companies like that. So they must be just buying them for the licenses. But then it's that they own NECA, Kid Robot, WizKids. So they shut everything down. So there's always the argument about, so what's going to actually happen with the pre-orders that are live if they're shutting the company down? Because when you acquire it, then you should be picking up on them responsibilities, but I don't know if they are. So that's something that is really unclear, and people are just not sure of what's happening. So watch this space. It'd be interesting to know. I tried to contact the guy, the contact we have. He's radio silent, total radio silent. So where it says here, all staff been laid off, then they mean all staff.
That's crazy.
It's
also,
sad,
it's tragic. Diamond Select has been around since '5.
Yeah, and General Giant, they both have some big licenses, Marvel, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they have Transformers, they have Star Wars, they have all these big licenses. So it's really sad to see, and they are a company that just been around forever, and for them to kind of go out of business is not good to see. And they always had like a good kind of entry level of collectibles.
Yeah, I've got like a Diamond Select 1962 Godzilla bust over there, so You know,
Yeah. Well, they
I
did
love
the
that.
animated
I love
line,
that.
the X-Men animated line. They did the Spider-Man animated line. They did a few bits as well. They had a good
Yeah, there's some cool stuff, man.
gallery line or something. I think it's called statues, and they were very well priced as well. Maybe that was it. Maybe they were selling them too cheap. But yeah,
In the end, then
hopefully
it's
you
another
see
one
more on
that
that.
falls down.
Yeah. There's another one as well called like Super 7 or something, which I don't really know much about. It looks like they're struggling as well. Don't know much about that company though, to be honest with you. And what's the next thing? Oh yeah, this is just to remind me. So we've already mentioned it, but the XM video is made up of 486 different cuts. That was cuts, not cunts. And it's 1 hour, 24 minutes and 23 seconds. So it was a long old slog to get edited. And I don't really think that anyone's really going to appreciate the editing other than myself and Tyler, who's fully aware of how much
Everything that
fucking
was said.
mumbling
Yeah.
and fucking rambling went on during the interview and how much repetition. And so I'm just hoping that, you know, it is appreciated when it is released. And the camera is so fucking clear that it's not complimentary at all. You can see literally every fucking blemish on your skin.
But
You know,
you look like an angry Santa, bro. You need to fix up, man. You look like you're dishing out all the fucking coal. The thing is, man, I mean, I don't mean this with all sincerity. Anybody that, you know, this is information that is, you know, it's really good that, you know, you got it, and it's really good that we're putting it out there. And you went over there, and you know, you traveled fucking quite a lot, you know, over the space of 5 days. You've done like 30 plus hours of flying and messing about. So, you know, people always have these funny things. They have these ideas, and they think, you know, that, you know, everything is like such a fucking great, you know, thing. But the bottom line was, you went out there on your own, you know, away from your wife and away from your new baby son, for like 5 days. Now, I'm not prepared to do it, so I understand. Well, Mrs. I said yes. So me, you should. Well, I mean, the way he talks, he is married. Anyway, the point was that I'm one of the people that won't sacrifice that. I won't sacrifice that time. So the fact that you are, I think that should be appreciated, because I sure as hell ain't gonna fucking do it. I, you know what I mean? It's going to take a lot of motivating for me to sort of get up and go and do all of that. The fact that you went over and done it, I think should be celebrated. And I think it's really telling, you know, that there's so many like horrible people, obviously, like so many bitter, twisted people, you know, come out of the woodwork and say all sort of crazy nonsense, as a result of you announcing, of us announcing that you were going over there, because that's what started a lot of some quite bad bitchiness. I felt for like a hobby that's like 90% men. I felt very disappointed at this sort of level of bitchiness. I mean, I've heard more grown-up conversations at a fucking female salon than some of the shit I was hearing, sort of going around the community after we announced that was happening. And it can only come from a place of anger and jealousy and resentment, because you're getting, yeah, but you're getting all this information. Like, do you not want the information? It just doesn't make any sense. It's like if someone said to me, like, all right, you know, I'm going to do a video where I go into Man United and I sit in the fucking Glazers meeting, the board meetings. I'm going to record it, and I'm going to find out everything that happens, and I'll report back to you. And because I'm not the one going, I'm just like fucking shitting on that. The truth is, I'd be like, mate, this is great. I can't wait for this to drop. I can't wait for this. I tell you what, woman, it's all some domestic violent shit. Are you off? Sweet dreams, my love. Love you.
Yeah, she got bored of listening to
you. She got bored of, yeah, but you know, that's the way it goes.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is, I mean, it was always funny as well, where the individuals who were commenting were the individuals over the years who have always had a problem. So you had that fucking Canadian guy getting involved as well, who, you know, he forgets quite quickly how he was a piece of shit in the hobby, you know. So that Santino guy, where he fucking like basically he had his own group and he betrayed his own group. Or like, you know, he had like 200 people in his group. Removed Danny Hines, who was scamming people. Basically said to people, "Hey, I removed Danny Hines for scamming people." And then all the people were like, "Oh yeah, that piece of shit, blah 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 blah." He put Danny Hines back in so Danny Hines could see who said all that stuff, and then he removed all them. So it was like, you know, you just betrayed all that them people's trust. You know, being in the secret group and doing that.
And for
And
what?
Danny Hines was a piece of shit at the time. Danny Hines was scamming people, but because he got that fucking fat sumo magneto off of him for free, that was his price to sell out all his friends, you know. And then the other one as well, where he said like anyone with a recast is out of my group, you know, I don't care. And then all of a sudden he had a recasted Doctor Doom and fucking throw like a
the exclusive part, like
and then basically people go, well, you just told people that this and this. He goes, well, don't like my group, fuck off. And about 50 people left. And then he did a video of him smashing it, and he was just like, fucking hypocrite, man. And he's one of the people coming out going, oh yeah, fuck RaddTitan and fuck this and fuck that.
Yeah, but you know what? You have to ask yourself. You have to ask yourself with any degree of intelligence. You're sitting there and you're looking at it and you're saying, why would there be a problem? Where does the problem exist? There isn't really a real problem. If they have an issue with it, they either have an issue with XM personally or an issue with us personally. There is no other issue, because what this is you going over there, putting in all that effort, getting all of the equipment, everything, getting Tyler on board, getting everything together, sitting there and spending so many hours of your time trying to do this, traveling to the other side of the world for you to present people with information. Where is there the problem? I do not understand, because it doesn't exist in my world. If Gem Mint was to turn around and do a video and say, I am going to go over to Sideshow Collectibles and I am going to talk to this person about this, whatever it is that's going on. Do you think I'm going to go out and attack Gem Mint for anything? Or do you think I'm going to be thinking, well, hold up a minute, I actually would like to see this? That's the only thing I would probably say. I said, I hope you asked them the hard questions. And that's as far as that would ever go. That's as far as it would go. I wouldn't question Gem's integrity, and I wouldn't attack fucking Sideshow in the process. I would just be like, I'm interested to see this. Once a video drops, if it's very, very fucking patted down and very, very kissy-arsey, I would definitely have a comment to make. But before that video drops, you shouldn't comment. You should not be commenting before that video drops, because you're already showing your bias. But you have to have an IQ above 70 to understand this. Strategic play. It's a bad fucking move. No. These are window licking people, stupid people. Yeah, these are people that obviously do not understand strategy. Wait. Then you can come out with your ammunition. Once a video drops and you think it's all kiss ass and soft and arm around you and all this kind of shit, and you don't ask hard questions, then that's when you comment. But if you're going to do it beforehand, all you're doing is showing your bias. You're showing that you have a problem before a real problem is even presented to you. I say to my wife all the time, don't worry about a problem until it is a problem. It may not come. So don't expect the worst all the time. When you've got a problem, deal with the problem. But before that, don't expect everything to go wrong. It's just not the way to handle it. You create things in your mind that just are not worth worrying about until it's there. So I'm not even going to worry about watching this beforehand, or if I can even tell you that you do X, Y, or Z. I have nothing but faith that you went over there and you asked all the right questions, and that you put a bit of firmness into it, and you had it done. I have every faith that you did so. So I'm not worried about it at all. I remember though that when you were working for XM, you were criticizing XM, and it's funny because I seem to be the only person that remembers this situation. Every week here when you were working for XM, which you were working for years, you were saying, don't like this, need to change the art direction, photography shit, don't like the instruction video, the songs doing my fucking head in, and keep telling them to change it. There was loads of criticisms going on, and nobody wants to acknowledge that. I remember all the comments back. I remember the comments back in the day. It was like, you're not going to have a job in the morning because of the criticisms that you were given at the time. Everybody likes to forget that now and pretend that never happened. So it's on tape, man. It's there for everyone to see. Go watch. Go watch some of the projects that we brought up here to discuss with Alex working for XM, and they got absolutely crippled. They were crippled. Them bats.
Pablo in the house. How you doing? Yo, yo, yo. But yeah, hopefully it will go up on today's Friday.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will go up 9 o'clock on Sunday. That's the plan.
PM or PM?
PM. So I'm just hoping that they can give me the fucking, because I kind of want to post it beforehand, obviously, to get people to watch it.
Yeah.
And try and get it so they watch it live or when it's premiered or however it works out, so that we can kind of comment while they're watching it. So I think if we do it as a live stream via OBS and StreamYard,
we keep it
the
interactive.
quality and whatever else. Sorry?
We can keep it interactive that way.
No. If you do it that way, it lowers the quality. And then what's that? My nephew calling me. Everyone calling me now while I'm on here. Yeah, so if I do it that way, I'll try and do it like as a premiere, and I think it works the same way.
Okay, good.
Okay. My dad messaging me, Tyler messaging me. Fucking hell.
What's going on?
No, it's okay.
Good. Let's go then.
All right, so that's that. Oh God, this fucking guy, man. Jesus Christ. This guy from the guy who did Blood and Thunder, and he did the only good thing he's ever done is what we did in the shadows. What we do in the shadows. That's the only good thing he's ever done. And,
I don't know what we're talking about. Who is this?
The guy. Sorry, for some reason the picture won't get larger. It's the guy who directed Thor, the second Thor.
Okay.
So the guy who's the rock guy.
He's shit. I hate stuff. I hate his films.
That guy called me a dickhead again. That guy.
Yeah.
The only thing he's ever done or worked on is actually really good. Is What We Do in the Shadows. Actually, really good. And
I ain't seen it.
But now there's rumors about him doing fucking Akira. And I thought Akira was. I thought the rights were with like Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And so I don't think Brad Pitt would let him touch it, personally. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Because this is something that's been trying to happen for years. Years and years.
Well, a live action Akira movie.
Yeah, I do remember they're watching Akira, and I don't quite understand it. And I do remember saying to people, I don't quite understand what's happening. And they go, oh, yeah, but if you read the comics, you will. And I'm like, or you read the manga, you will. And I'm like, yeah, but you shouldn't have to read something to understand the film. It just doesn't make any sense.
The thing is, though, as well, is, you don't really want it to be that complicated, do you? You want to be able to go there and sort of vaguely be able to keep up with what's happening. The funny thing is, I went to see Lilo and Stitch the other day.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right. Really.
Was it like a
live action one? Yeah, live action one. It was all right, but then again, everything's going to be all right after you've seen fucking Snow White.
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, Snow White was bad, dude.
Well, I mean, Lilo and Stitch, I always liked it with the bit where he sees. I don't know if they do it in this, but the bit in Lilo and Stitch where he sees the frog.
Yeah.
Does that happen in it? And he's like pointing the gun and jabbing the frog in the head with the gun, and the frog's there like, ribbit. Does that happen? Yeah, that bit's wicked.
It's sort of the frog is acknowledged, but it's not the same where you then just get hit by the truck.
Oh, does it? I didn't know go about. I can't remember that.
Yeah,
but I just remember
in the film he comes out with the frog and he's fucking like shoot it, and then he gets hit. About to shoot it, and he gets hit by a fucking massive like tanker lorry.
No, oh, God. That's that anyway. All right, these are like Iron Studios, so they're kind of little QE line, Superman and Crypto. Obviously, this was sent over by Stuart Murray.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
Should
Okay.
have that
And then,
legendary beast Superman 1/3 scale too.
what's that?
Should have that legendary beast third
Oh,
scale
yeah.
Superman suit, dark
Nice.
suit, yes.
There you go.
That's
And then
cute.
that's the
That's
size.
cute.
Very small. Is that 6.5 inches?
Yeah.
And then this is the 1/10 scale, which looks absolutely zero like the actor. Nothing at all like him. Looked quite bad, actually.
Why does
Considering
Crypto look like that? Is it because that's the director's dog?
No idea.
It's a bit of a scruffy fucking dog, isn't it?
Scruffy on that. Yeah.
I don't think Crypto was like a Heinz 52 fucking dog. I thought it was a proper dog.
I don't know. No idea. No fucking clue.
Okay.
For some reason, this won't. Yeah. Then the Guyver 2 female version.
Is this the one you're thinking about picking up?
I am. Yeah. For some reason, God, I think I've opened this on the wrong thing. Let me have another look, because this doesn't normally.
I can't have all these fucking little pictures, man. I feel like I'm fucking back watching Snow White again.
Let me try. Let me try this out. Okay. Open with. Let's try that one.
Try that.
Yeah, this one I can zoom in and out on.
Yeah, it's bad.
All right. So, yeah, so basically this is the female Guyver. This actually is Liska's half sister, I think. And a lot of people are complaining and going, well, why don't they just do the male version, the yellow Guyver? And she's quite old. I mean, she's from like 1986.
It's hard though, isn't it? Because everyone's got this sort of like gender swap fucking protective mechanism going on inside them at the moment. So we're a bit protective of our franchises. So people will act defensively to start with, that won't they? It's just it's very common. Can't expect anything.
She was in the animations before he was.
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that's probably why people are getting a bit funny. I think that's just like them protect what they think is, what they should.
Also, I remember in like 2017 or so that they showed this base detail in 2017, and I think it was meant to originally be on the base of the Guyver 3, because this is
what the fuck is that?
This is their boo booth. So this is like his shoulders. I think they don't open. They squirt out shit.
Okay.
And he kicks Guyver 1's ass, and then basically Guyver 3 comes in and fucks him up. But no, it is nice. She is nice. I just think she's going to be massive. She's going to be like really big. I mean, like, she's taller than Guyver 1.
Fuck.
And the base on it is just like if the Guyver units are all the same size, then her base is massive.
No, her base is massive. That's a massive base. That base, looking at the proportions there, looks like it's around 50%. That base looks about 80% of the figure.
Yeah.
Shit, fucking big base, that, bro.
It's huge. But then also you got like his arm coming off the side. So like you got like that adds like width there, and you got all these fucking spikes.
Yeah.
So big, man.
That one.
They do give measurements too, but I don't trust them. I don't trust the measurements they give. I really don't. So you got the long, the short frequency blades, and there you go, the short, long, and then it's supposed to be 88 centimeters high, 49 wide, 49 deep, 55 wide. I don't believe that at all. With those
Why?
spikes, I don't believe it. I think that's not right. Because I mean, Alita, she's like 55 by 46 or something.
Yeah.
But her wings are massive as well. God damn it. Showing the arse of the pose like that. Guyver was my first manga ever way back when I bought them in the comic format. Yeah.
Man.
They also made a real life version of How to Train Your Dragon. George is definitely going to watch that.
Yeah, we're going to see that.
Manga
That's
amazing
in a couple of weeks.
Never end. Wow.
I'm actually really excited about that.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. I have this sneaky suspicion that it's going to be the best one. I've got Jurassic World Rebirth. I've got to take Georgie to see.
Oh, is it out yet?
It's going to be out, I think, in a couple of weeks. And same with How to Train Your Dragons out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. This is then Godzilla versus Scar King.
This is Prime 1. Yeah.
Prime 1 again. Yeah, he comes with his little gimp. What's his name? Suku.
Yeah, Suku.
Isn't that really unnecessary to have a switch out head for him?
Right. It's all right. Extras are good.
Yeah. Just adds an unnecessary.
It's a bit weird with holding the rock there without the grimacing face.
Yeah,
sort of nonchalant face doesn't really work. So.
Yeah.
It would really be the grimacing face at the bottom and then maybe like a screaming face.
Yeah.
Is
he just like is he just like a little piss take character though?
No, he isn't. He he basically is the one that Kong finds. Kong finds him out when he's like sort of this sort of like new area like is broken down, and he manages to go like sort of exploring into this area, and he finds him, and he makes him lead Kong to like where the Scar King is, where all his, because this is what he's looking for. Really, King Kong's looking for like to belong, so he's looking for his sort of like community. He's looking for his people. Always is, because he's always on his own, isn't he? It's the sad part about the King Kong bit. The fact he's like on his own, his like parents are dead, and he's sort of like alone. So yeah, he goes in there, and then Suku sort of like is an unwilling hostage to start with.
He looks like a little sneaky cunt though. He's always like got the rock, and they're like fighting.
But he tries to get Kong killed a few times while he's leading him. Oh yeah, he tries to do him a couple of times.
Or like a kind of Gollum character then.
Sort of, yeah, like because he doesn't know, like he's like underneath the Scar King's control, and he just knows like they're all horrible, everyone's horrible, and it's all like pretty grim. So like at the beginning, he's thinking about ways that he can get rid of fucking Kong and sort of get back to what he wants to do, without getting into any trouble. And he takes him to like a pond or like a lake or something. And he's like splashing around in there, and he's trying to say to Kong, "Come splash around and have a drink." And and then he sort of like looking around like really sheepishly, like "Fuck, I'm gonna get eaten on this thing." And then there's the drowned viper is in there, which is like a big fuck off snake dragon thing that comes out of the water and attacks Kong and have like a fight. But then when Kong kills it, he like offers him like part of the food, because Kong eats everybody he kills for some reason. He's like eats everybody. So he's like eating bits of it, and he like offers the fucking Suku some food, and he's a bit like, "What, really?" Like, obviously doesn't get he gets scrapped, or he has to fucking fight for everything. So he's a bit strange that this big fucking male would like share his food with him. So things start to turn at that point. So he's sort of, in the end, he's actually like a little bit of the hero, towards the end of the film.
I have to watch it, I guess.
That's pretty cool.
The last three of them. Which movie do you think would be better? Fantastic Four or Superman?
Oh, fuck me. That's like choosing whether I want my fucking arm or my to die.
Sophie's choice.
I'm
hoping Fantastic Four. I think
they're both going to be shit. I'm not watching Fantastic Four. Fuck them. I've got no interest in that. I'd rather watch the Superman than that. If I have to pick which one I think is going to be better, Superman will be better. Fantastic Four is going to be shit. It's going to be so bad.
My second favorite anime. behind Cyber City are we doing? Thinking here.
Who's your favourite anime? I've got mine. Probably Fist of the North Star. I love Fist of the North Star.
I have the Fist of the North Star series. I still want to watch it because the series, the film, I think is cuts from the series. You know,
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, and I think there's also another brother.
It's in it like 500 fucking episodes or something. I can't.
It's not as many. It's like 125, I think.
Yeah.
But the other side of it as well is there's another brother.
Oh yeah.
I think his name's Toki or something like that. And yeah. So there's more about that as well.
Remember Toki when we were kids?
Yeah, the monkey.
Yeah, it looks like that fucker.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. He spits all the shit out of it. And yeah, what do you think about this piece?
I think it looks epic. I love the look of it.
Mm.
But I'm like biased because I love this franchise.
I saw the other diorama in person, and it just looked quite flat. You know, just looked quite.
It definitely does.
I filmed it, and it looked amazing on camera, like absolutely amazing on camera.
I hate when that happens. It's fucking well annoying.
It happened to be in Singapore because Tyler and I were there for another day, and we did about 10 reviews. And you know, we were in the gallery. I shouldn't really say this, but what happened was they said, "Oh, do you want to do any reviews?" And this is like beforehand. So I said, "Oh yeah, what we'll do is we'll do the interview. We'll see how that goes, and then we'll try to, you know, get some time to shoot some reviews. You know, and it'll be, you know, we'll get a list of stuff together and whatever. But we'll get this guy called Jordan. We'll get Jordan just to pull him off the shelf and whatever. So we'll point to a piece and he'll put it off the shelf. And we got there, and they literally had like 10 pieces in the room waiting. Yeah. So I said to them, "Oh, what's all this?" So these are the pieces we want you to review. And I was like, "Nah, you're right." And they're like, "Oh, these are the pieces that are coming out soon and whatever else." And I'm like, "I'm not reviewing that." So I have no interest in reviewing any of those pieces. And it was like all the Four Horsemen. They wanted us to do them, and I'm just like, I've done them. I looked at those in fucking Germany. I filmed them in Germany. And to be honest with you, I'm not. You know, after doing the interview, I need to do pieces I'm excited about. I need to do pieces I want to talk about.
Yeah, beat up.
So they were a bit like, "Oh, what do you want to do?" I said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll sort it out." Jordan, the guy Jordan, I said, "He's here tomorrow. I'll just tell him to take it off and we'll do whatever we want to do." And they'll be like, "Oh, can you do the Bat Family diorama?" And I was like, "No." I said, "I'm not doing the Bat Family diorama because it's a pile of shit and it ain't going to help you in any way possible if I review that because I hate it. I think it's really badly composed, and it looks like someone sculpted all the pieces individually."
Wait a minute. You're biased. What are you talking about? You used to work for XM. You don't say the truth. You're friends.
No, like,
what are you talking about?
Don't
say all these things.
And I said, like, I said, so literally, you can tell it's the decision is down to myself and Tyler because it's all fucking Spider-Man pieces. You know, it's literally all Spider-Man. So, and then we also went around and we saw the fucking Megatron. Beast War Megatron.
Yeah,
that's fucking ridiculous.
That's
absolutely ridiculous. And I was just like, I want to review that. And they're like, "Oh yeah, but orders are closed on that, so I don't care." We were reviewing that. I don't care if orders are closed.
The power of RaddTitan now, man, is like going in and in statue companies. No, we're reviewing what we want. Thanks.
No, it was just like
how to evolve to the top of the tree. How does that happen? I got to the point where if I don't like, can you imagine us like 10 years ago? We'd have been like, "Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, whatever you want."
Yes, sir, Mr. Ang. No, it weren't Ben actually. It was someone else.
I just think that you know what it's the stages you get to, bro. It's crazy.
Well, no, it's just because the
No, it's just it's
interview
important
was
to
a long.
recognize. It's important to recognize, like years ago, how it would have gone versus how it went.
Yeah. Well, literally, I mean, the thing was as well is like, oh, hello, hey, handsome boy, come on, get up, come on, up. Yeah, there you go.
Hope you're not talking to your dog.
Yeah, my little monkey. I thought she was telling me off because she come out and gave. Oh, no, he's really stressed out because Mary's parents are here and they're going like tonight. They're going. So their cases are downstairs, and he when he sees the cases, he gets really stressed out because obviously, whenever I take a case downstairs, I go.
Okay.
So he's well stressed, poor little guy. But no, the only thing is like, you know, what was I saying? So the only ones I think
you should mention the other fucking pictures. You're talking about some other shit.
No, but I'm saying, but the only pieces like they wanted me to do that I did were like transformation, symbiote, Superman, because you were like talking about it.
Yeah, I was.
So I was a bit like, all right, I'll do the videos for that then.
Did you do the Fortress of Solitude version?
Both. Did both.
Good.
But then like all the other ones they had on the table, it was like they had RC, they had Killer Croc, they had.
I'm interested in seeing all of them, but like I say, you've got you've got to do what excites you. And
oh, sorry, sorry. This is my point actually. So the point of it.
Get there in the end. Fuck, I wanted to stab myself in the chest.
I forgot about what we're talking about. So the point of it was that I saw the Prime 1 original diorama, and in person, it just looked very flat. All of the greys for the road, for the building, for the Kong, for the Godzilla, they all looked the same. They all looked like these kind of dull. Obviously, they're fighting in the streets, so it's going to be a bit dusty, and it was all a bit like that. And then
I don't agree with any of that. I'm one of them people that when somebody says that to me, they're trying to be too smart. They're trying to disguise their laziness as intentional, and I do not buy into any of that shit. The truth is you can have a burnt building and fucking things on fire and the building smashed, and you can have an absolute pristine, bright and vibrant Godzilla next to a pristine, bright and vibrant Kong, and it would look unbelievable. I don't think you need to dull the paint on them and make them all look the same, like they're covered in building smuck. I don't think you need any of that shit. That's just an excuse for you literally not doing enough fucking work on the fucking pieces themselves.
Yeah, that's the point. Is I mean, like
battle damage, isn't it?
Yeah,
like literally battling little black mark. Fucking, be like, what?
Well, we then did a video of the symbiote Spider-Man, the actual symbiote Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Not the symbiote transformation, and that piece is quite outdated. It looks like an old piece, and X-Men got this issue now with like just doing rubble bases. So a lot of their pieces used to be like storytelling bases, and now it's just rubble, brick, rebar, steel, and that's all it is now. But the thing is when you look at the symbiote Spider-Man, on camera it looks fucking amazing. And I watched it back, and it was like that Apocalypse.
I hate that fucking. I hate
literally, I'm like looking at it on because Tyler's got this fucking amazing camera, so he filmed it, and I'm looking at it back, and I'm like, it looks so much better on screen. It looks so much better. Also, with the symbiote transformation, there's a bit where I literally look at the base, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with companies now where they just feel like they're just adding this fucking read bar for the sake of it? And I
think that's going to be our next T-shirt, which is like "fuck you, read bar."
I really hate it. It really bothers me.
You really do hate it a lot.
But the thing is like on the transformation, there's 12 pieces of read bar, and they're all fucking unnecessary. And it just
My
seems like a
Juggernaut, the
really...
fan art Juggernaut I have has like read bar all over the place. I removed them all. Not a lot, not because I'm particularly unfond of read bar, but because it sort of added dimensions that I felt were unnecessary.
Well, it's also just like the laziest way to fill in negative space. It's such a lazy way. And I bet there's like they just reuse casts. So you could probably find that read bar fits in some other fucking statue. And it's just really fucking like, I think there's a part of it where I'm what was the part? Oh yeah, that was it. On one of the intros, I'm just like going like, so hey everyone, is Alex from RaddTitan. Join me today for how many fucking pieces of read bar is too many fucking pieces of read bar. And I start throwing them on the table. It's something like that. Anyway.
I hope you left that in there. I hope you did.
Yeah.
Come on, get through these pictures, you fucking waffling cunt. Hurry up.
So this is 104 centimeters by 68 by 78. That won't go in my biggest fucking case. That won't go in.
That's awesome.
That is so big. This is then from Borderlands. Sorry. This is can't remember his name. I have to do that to get it. So this is Psycho Bandit and Claptrap.
Oh, nice.
So
is this from one as well? Is this who's making this?
No, this is Pure Arts. And
okay,
this is like 1/6 scale.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's one of the main characters. They also did a TV show or a movie with like Kevin Hart, Kate Blanchett, and a few other people. It's supposed to be really bad, really bad.
I want them. Fuck it. I don't watch them elitist cunts.
So let me just go up some comments.
Especially Kevin Hart.
Cyber City, Guyver, Fist of the North Star. Yeah. I don't think Cyber City's even in my top 5. But Guyver's definitely up there. Fist of the North Star's up there.
Guyver, Fist of the North Star. Ninja Scroll.
Wicked City. I like the first Crime Freeman, but then it gets a bit shit. All Dark Anime.
I like Wicked City, man.
The other brother Ken has another brother of Fist of the North Star. And I think it's Tokyo, so yeah. Good picks. Missing Ninja Scroll, yep, definitely missing
Ninja Scroll. It has to be. It's the only it's only steelbook anime I've got.
There was a film the other day where I was watching it, and
no, I also like fucking Street Fighter.
Street Fighter is wicked as well.
Street Fighter anime, that's my top 5. Street Fighter anime, Guyver, Fist of the North Star, Street Fighter, and Wicked City. I love Wicked City. I don't know why. I forgot something. Yeah. I love Wicked City. They're my definitely top 5.
Is it better than Wicked City? Is what better than Wicked City? I don't know, Karas. I've not heard of that. Wicked City's good, but there's a difference when you watch the there's like a Japanese dubbed version into English, and then there's an American version, and the Japanese version is quite bad, always bad.
Yeah, but for some reason, whenever there's a Japanese version, there's always a prolonged rape of someone for ages. Yep,
that's right. Yep.
Isn't it? Of course I was.
First season I liked. After they became fully metallic, it went downhill. No, not better, but in something to do. They're talking between themselves. Later seasons, yeah, acquired by okay. They were talking. Recall here and so. How you doing, Darth Rashid in the house? Gaming with Dummies. Can't wait for XM Godzilla and Space Godzilla. Apparently, they'll be messaging you if you've got that in order. That was all they said. Hang tight. So yeah, this is this piece. It looks cool, but again, I never played the game, so I don't really know anything about it.
That's not cool though.
Yeah. This is in the PCS Conan.
I think this looks great. Franco Calissimo, the sculpt.
Franco Calissimo, this is like one of the regular ones. This is from the Marvel version of Conan. And,
I got in trouble for sharing this on our Instagram.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Fucking pull off the picture.
It's probably the other one. It's probably the other one with the over the shoulder, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking, no, I didn't understand it, but buttocks apparently is part of it. But then I'm like, dude, I go on Instagram, I see asses all the time. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, it's also because from an angle, we'll get to in a minute. From an angle, it does look like she's got a nip out. So,
I think the bum one is the one I got into trouble from.
Oh, really?
I managed to get the booby ones off. I managed to get the booby ones off before I got warned.
Well, do you know the retarded thing about fucking Instagram or Facebook is they go, oh yeah, Facebook is always like it. They're like, oh, we've removed one of your posts because it doesn't fit community standards. And you're like, which post? And they don't tell you.
No,
a lot of the time they won't tell you. It's just like, well.
So there's a decapitated head switch out option.
Yep. So this is one of the switch.
I kind of agree that the base is a little bit too similar Maybe change your skin tone a bit.
I actually think, but I didn't see this until Devilman as well. I love Devilman.
Devilman's Devilman. That's definitely in there and all.
Yeah, second Devilman is great. I don't like
Crybaby. The bird one.
Yeah.
It's got to be that one.
The thing about this as well is I do think that with they called this the retail version. With the retail version, I think they should have made the base plain to bring the price down. And I think they should have just had it more of a plain museum look to it. And then when you have then the other version, that goes with this. So take away the head, take away the base, and just have him with the weapons. And I think that would have been a better way to go with it.
I'd have made 3 versions. I'd have done museum with no decapitated heads and the axe and the sword. Then I would have done the decapitated head and the thingy as one version, the base. And then the third version, I would have done female, and then you get the head and the decapitated base. They have them all. I would have done 3 versions.
People were complaining and saying, oh, well, so because I got the other version, I don't get the axe in his left arm. And it's like, well, no, because if you've got the woman, you need to put a peg in his shoulder.
Yeah.
So you're going to see the big fucking hole where the peg is. So it doesn't really work like that.
So what you're saying is that one of the versions you can. So it's 2 versions, and one version has the girl, and the other version doesn't, and you can't switch them.
No.
That's a little disappointing.
So this is the retail version with the axe over his
shoulder.
His right shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his left shoulder. Sorry, over his left shoulder. And then what happens is you then have
the decapitated head.
Decapitated head or the sword. Then obviously here's the concept.
Yeah.
But then you have the female. But if you're looking at this quickly, this looks like she's got a tit out, like a nip out. If you look at it really quickly, so I think this one would get banned.
It's funny because this one hasn't.
Oh, okay.
The one that got done was I'll show you if you come across it.
I will, but this one, I'm assuming, I don't know about the engineering.
See, I really like that look. I like him with the woman over his shoulder and the decapitated head in his hand. That looks the fucking shit to me. That looks great.
Yeah.
I think that looks fucking shit hot.
And that's all swap out weapons there as well. So you got the axe, the sword, and the head.
Sword works, but the decapitated head for being the girl, that's the fucking killer. That's the one.
Yeah. I think maybe what they could have done.
That might be one of the best looking Conan pieces I've seen.
What they could have probably done is they could have had it so like the helmet on the floor switched out to have a head in it.
That would have been fun, yeah. But then it just looks weird standing on his back.
Yeah.
Kind of like the fact that he's just like stepping over his decapitated body. Let's see if this can take the spot of Fury of the Beast.
Well, they even did the prize as well, which they did was very
prize is nice, but Prize is nice. But Conan the Fury of the Beast is for me is the apex of Conan the Barbarian Beast.
I do regret selling that one. Was
You
it this
should
one?
be fucking moron.
Was it this one?
What's that? Yeah, I think it was that one.
Okay.
And
Even
it
that
didn't like
one,
her
you
bum.
look quickly.
Although her bum looks great. It's fucking, she's lucky that it's Conan carrying her because I'd have had my teeth into that. The statue of me would have had me gnawing on that.
I've had my face in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She looks great. I like her build as well. It's got quite squatty, well put together.
Painted amazingly. Do you know what happened with this? Is actually really funny.
That's such a nice looking beast, man. Such a nice looking Conan there.
We had so we had a painter in house, and you know, they were doing average work at times, and what happened was we sent Conan away to be painted. So we're waiting for it to come back, and it's a bit delayed, and we kind of want to get out for pre-order. So we speak to the artist and say, look, we kind of need some pictures of this. Can you we need to get back? And he goes, oh, don't worry, I'll get my friend to take some pictures. And we're a bit like, okay, we don't have much choice here. So basically, they got this guy to take the pictures, and they're fucking amazing pictures.
Yeah.
So nice, so good. Because when someone goes, "Oh, I'll get my friend to take some pictures," you just don't really have high expectations.
Yeah, your mate, eh? Fucking cockeyed mate. I'll take a fucking picture to save his life. Of course you are. But look,
could increase PCS visibility by 1,000% by having PCS send one of the Conan statues to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is a Conan fangirl and would totally shout out PCS. Well,
don't call him a fangirl, man. You get a fucking roundhouse kicked in the fucking forehead.
You would have to fight Conan first. That base should be soil or mountains, so we'd have some contrast there. That body just looks odd on the base. And someone, I think the skin tones should be different.
That's
but
how I would
again, that could easily be down to
too similar. They're too similar.
Be down to licensing as well, because obviously this has to go through Marvel.
I know, but fucking, there must be someone. Find someone like a lot darker. That's what you need. I hate to say it, man, but Conan needs to be stepping over a brother there. Or someone who's definitely got a higher melanin skin situation going on, 100%.
Well,
it needs to be darker because the contrast just isn't working because they're just too similar. So when you look at it, when you glance up, you're seeing this mass that it just gets a bit confusing. Definitely needs a bit of a break on that, and I definitely think the mountain or a mound of fucking earth and shit as the.
Well, that was the thing is, I mean, the images that were shared at first didn't show the head decapitated, so people were a bit like, "What's the base meant to be?" And they kind of had a problem trying to work it out at first.
Yeah, that's what I think. But I'm telling you, man, that's a fantastic looking Conan. It has all the elements to really be special. So. Might be one of my favourite Franco Carissimo sculpts, to be honest.
Yeah, it's down to the factory as well. The factory the QC needs to be really on point with this. The paint job here is fantastic on this prototype. Sculpt is fantastic on this prototype. The promo pictures are fantastic on this prototype. So now it's down to the factory to replicate this. Look at that. We might have my.
That was the one that got me in trouble.
That one.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely was a.
I mean, the thing is when you look at it like this, the Conan he does look a different shade there, but he still ain't dark enough.
Yeah, I think it just needs. It needs. I mean, you could make it like more muddy. You can like put mud on him and shit. Like just fuck him up a bit, make him muddy and messy and whatever. Just put some, or maybe even some like fucking body paint, or like what Conan has in the film. Just you need some contrast in that skin. You need something to break up, so it's not massive of flesh tones, with someone on top. There's a massive flesh tones because, you know, Conan's only wearing like a fucking, what would you call it, a little skirt thing.
Loincloth.
Exactly. So, you know,
But
the
then
rest of him
again, I
is
mean,
like all flesh.
You see, like, there's all rocks everywhere.
Mm.
What's all this stuff then on top of it?
No fucking sand. It's like a sand.
But doesn't that look weird then if it's sand like that and it's broken out by the rocks like that?
Yeah, I would put mud. I'd make it dark. Rocks and mud. Rocks and earth. But, you know, this is all discussions that really should have been had in-house at the time.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't get to see it until the photos were ready.
Yeah, that's too late.
So the retail version is $712.50 with the early bird. Early bird is available.
What scale is this?
Actually, early bird's finished, unfortunately. It's quarter.
It's a pretty good price.
So early bird is finished on this. So this goes up by 5%. 1,187.50. And again, this goes up by 5% now because the early bird's finished. So we were meant to put these up last week. But then also there is a 5% code for discount. So if you use that code there, then you get 5% discount with anything on PCS up until the 6th of June. I think I've still got it here. Let me see if I've still got this. There you go. There, like that. And what I'll do is actually copy that. Save, put that up. Come back here. Go there and do that.
Come on, we've got 15 minutes. Let's do some fucking damage.
All right. Bedroom.
I don't like that to run over 2 hours. 2 hours is enough.
486 edits is roughly one edit every 10 seconds. Is that necessary for the XM interview? You tell me. You tell me when it comes up. I'm glad you've taken the time to do the math. There you go. And this is
that could equate to the fact that with the 3 cameras rolling at once, right?
Well, no, because I mean, there's still kind of edits to get it flowing.
Yeah, but if you change the camera, if you change the angle of the camera, that counts as an edit, correct?
Yeah.
There you go. Then. So if I'm having a conversation with you, and you've got 3 cameras on you, one to the left, one to the right, one central, and you go left, central, like left, like that angle, and then I start speaking and you change it to, you understand, that counts as an edit. So that would bump up the numbers a lot.
Well, there's also that
and I know that the camera shit that you do, love that fucking changing angle shit.
Well, there's also the other things count as well. So if you do like lower thirds for the names, then that counts as a clip on the timeline as well. So there's all different.
You start cooking with gas, lad, didn't you? Start understanding how shit goes on.
This then is Mark Dunn's pictures. So Mark Dunn's Critical Mass, and this is the piece from Sideshow. What was her name again? I can't remember now.
That's nice.
What was the name of it? Do you remember?
Me? That was so ridiculous. Yeah, fuck would I know this for? This is their Court of the Deadline thing.
Yeah, it's called The Dead. And she looks
like
great.
A necromancer, isn't she? She's like a necromancer.
Yeah. I can't remember her name though.
Nice though. Nice. That Court of the Deadline is solid. It's a good line.
Looks like it came out really, really well. Looks like
some of their stuff is shit up, you know.
You got the details to switch out head.
I know, it looks like some of the girls Alex used to go out years ago.
Yeah. It gives me a bit of a what's that name, Melina kind of vibe.
Oh yeah.
Katana. One of the ones from Mortal Kombat where they like take off their mask. And there you go.
Oh, look at that! Yes, that's lovely. Congratulations, Mark, bro. That looks really shit up.
And the bass on this is really
cool. Awesome. The hands coming out.
The light feature's really nice.
Strong. Yeah, light ups are getting shit hot at Sideshow, man. The light ups are really on point.
Looks really good.
It just works with that fucking door in the background as well. Mark's done that on purpose, isn't he? Arty fucker he is. Look at the door. Look at that, whatever that fuck is. Got a couple of pictures in. There, what's going on there? It's like he's got fucking proper fucking Japanese fucking doors.
Like a divide thing there, yeah.
Nice. I like your style, lad.
Josh. She is called Slayer the Undying Blade.
Nice. So that's the sort of name my fucking 6-year-old son would have come up with.
Then you got the Darth Maul in quarter scale. That looks really nice, doesn't it?
It's nice. It's like very nice.
Yeah, that's the exclusive portrait, and then you got the the exclusive, which is $9.90 with the exclusive portrait, and then you got the regular, which is $9.70. So, yeah, $20 for the portrait sounds like a deal.
Just fucking sign me up.
And the blade looks really good. if that comes out looking like that. Then you got the Tweeterheads He-Man in quarter scale, and the Skeletor and Panther in quarter scale. These were then released this week. They're $1,755 each, which sounds a bit steep, but they're quarter scale. And obviously, big old fucking cats with them.
They were big in one. Oh no, they were 1/6, weren't they? They weren't 1/5. They were 1/6 before.
Oh, 1/6, yeah. So, how many years ago did the 1/5 come out? Secret Mother Man. Yeah, sorry, that's what we were just talking about. They were 1/6 for these ones. They came out probably 2 years ago now.
It's got a bit about that, yeah.
Yeah, they were nice pieces, but then now these are in quarter scale.
Why are they up in quarter scale? I'm confused. The statues are 1/5. So why have they gone up to 1/4 scale?
Well, no, it must be a licensing thing. But these on the pairs of He-Man and Battle Cat, was 1/6 and 1/4. So they didn't even do this in 1/5.
Yeah, but that makes
the
no
Legends
sense.
line,
doesn't make no sense.
But the Legends line is 1/5, so it must be licensing.
It's got to be. But then you're just thinking to yourself, you really missed a trick there, because I would love to have had like a Battle Cat and He-Man in the same scale that I've got the Skeletor.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Secret Mother Man. He meant the Darth Maul.
The Darth Maul, the one, the Mythos scale. I think it's 1/5, isn't it?
Nelson says, for that kind of money, who has the power?
Not fucking you.
No, $1,755. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I remember when the PCS one came out, and that was quarter scale, and that was massive. And if I remember, it was like £500.
This is big, man. This is big money, bro.
Yeah. It's a lot of money. Looks great.
It does.
Battle axe.
Yeah, got to have the axe. You got to have the axe. Up on the cat, man.
So you got display options with the wielding sword, wielding battle axe, and the sheathed sword as well.
Yeah, I'm going for option number 3.
Oh yeah. Why would you do 2?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it looks cool, but again, it's expensive. And also the other side of it is, I think it's 32 by 20 by 32 inches, if I remember correctly.
It's a monster.
And then you got Skeletor and Panther. He has no switch outs.
Strange.
Yeah, no switch outs at all. Same, 1755.
Well, that kind of doesn't make any sense. How can you be that you get the switch out and the sheath and all of that shit with He-Man and it's the same money, and you don't get that with Skeletor?
Yeah.
There's a few problems here that are bothering me a little bit here. This kind of shit's bothering me, because why is it not made in 1/5 scale when most of their He-Man stuff is in 1/5 scale? Obviously, okay, we'll say it's licensing, but you're missing a bit of a trick there. Why have you even done it in 1/4 scale? None of the He-Man stuff is in 1/4 scale. Why have you done that? Who's that line for? Who's 1/4 scale for?
Well, everyone else. So there must be
Yeah, but
that
who?
thing where people obviously go online and go, "Oh, if that was Court Scale, I'd order that day one."
But they're lying to you because the 1/4 scale stuff they have. Why would they mix He-Man into it? And look, I have 1/4 scale statues of Marvel, DC. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Marvel and DC stuff. I ain't putting He-Man stuff in with Marvel and DC stuff. I'm not mixing them.
Yeah.
Who's doing that? I just think I think the fact that it's in 1/4 scale and none of their stuff is 1/4 scale is crazy. They put this big fucking cat and they've put He-Man and Skeletor on the back of it and they've made it bigger than their like 1/5 scale stuff.
Apparently, the PCS He-Man and Skeletor selling currently for 2,500 on Carousel. That's a steal. That's a bit much. I'm sitting beside He-Man and Battle Cat at the moment. They cost me 400 each. I'm pretty sure I ordered He-Man and Battle Cat day one, and it cost me like £500. And I remember I traded it with Mike for that Gambit. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So I traded my pre-order for that Gambit, and then I traded that Gambit for Vulture and Lizard.
Yeah. Do you still have them?
I don't have Vulture, no.
Vulture's nice, please.
Vulture was just too big.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's too much real estate to give that character.
Well, I think now, with the size cabinets I'm getting,
it's
I'll be able to display it now because it could go up in the back.
It's like an okay character. It's just too much.
No, but the main issue was it was just that wingspan. It was just 85 centimeter wingspan. It was just.
I love ATF Vulture. I think they did a fucking cracking Vulture. It's a museum Vulture. I still want it to this day. I still want
it. These are then pieces actually that XM have sent out. So they sent out their Carnage, and the person who got this one, he said it actually looks really, really nice in person.
It's great. Absolute Carnage, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, the one I did a review of this ages ago, and I don't think I ever posted it because it was when like that they sent loads of fucking prototypes over, and it was before all the drama, but they just sent all the prototypes, and they just ended up they had too many broken pieces, and it just bothered me too much. It's like I can't review this if you've got all these broken pieces.
Yeah,
I've got to review it how I see it, and it looks like crap because it's not arrived in one piece.
Yeah,
and I think that's always a problem is when companies send out the fucking prototypes early on, and then you get someone like fucking Batman statue Cuck who's like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" When he spent like fucking 40 minutes or an hour gluing everything beforehand. So.
Yeah, but that's just a dishonest guy. That's the
You
problem.
know that dickhead. You know that dickhead done today or whenever he put it out, like a couple of days ago. Do you know what he did? Right? He does such bad fucking clickbait. It's so bad, where he's like got this whole video named "I'm stepping away from collecting." Yeah.
Okay.
So I clicked on it, just thinking, "Oh, what's this fucking cunt talking about?"
It fucking works, you can.
Well, no. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?
Oh,
Yeah. I'm not going to be on the Rogues live because my internet's down and I'm going on holiday. That's why I'm stepping away. I'm stepping away from collecting because my internet is down and I'm waiting for it to be repaired, and then I'm going on vacation.
So wait a minute. If I go on holiday, am I stepping away from collecting?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, okay.
This is like when I literally clicked on it. It worked, yeah. I clicked on it and I'm just like, fucking.
It's a fucking.
No one, like, in the comments, no one goes, "Oh yeah, the fucking clickbait shit." This is all like, "Oh, Chris, I hope you have a good time. Oh, Chris, yeah, you deserve a vacation, Chris." It's all like, "Fuck you." Anyway, so this has been delivered.
Trip and graze your knee, you cunt.
Yeah, gummy fuck. Anyway, so that's enough Guinness for me today. That's my 5th can of Guinness. So yeah, that's my limit. So yeah, the Absolute Carnage came in really low run as well, like 199 of them.
I love all this ones like this. I really do.
And then also the
I
White
saw some
Knight.
pictures that you sent me, and I'm very tempted by, incredibly tempted by the fucking XM Studios Venomized Hulk. I thought that looked fucking spectacular.
It looks fucking cool as well. The only thing is
I was like, what the fuck? That looks a bit fucking good.
there's a really low run as well, and the actual transformation head looks ridiculously good. But the problem is he's looking so extreme, like up, so extreme up. Do you know the really funny? This just reminded me. I was in MCM last week. We actually had a chat since then, but I forgot about it until I just saw this. So the White Knight, Batman and Joker covers in the comics. The artwork was done by an artist called Sean Murphy. So I saw him when I went down Artist Alley. I saw his booth, and I was like, "Oh, holy shit, that's the guy." You know, so I went up to him and I said, "Oh, you know, you do the artwork for the White Knight Batman." He goes, "Oh yeah, I do, yeah." Oh, you know, great work and that, and you know, the statue that XM Studios did for it was really impressive. And he's just like, "What statue?" And I'm like, "You know, the statue of the White Knight that the Batman that XM did." Because I haven't seen it. It's just like, okay.
Did you show it?
No, he was like, he had a queue and stuff, and I was just like, "Oh, okay, well, check it out." You know, XM Studios, check it out. He's like, "Oh yeah, cheers, bro." You know.
Wow, crazy. I like to try and tag people on Instagram for like. That's the reason I do that. If you know, like, I like to like tag like Chris Claremont and shit, and he actually comments a lot on the X-Men stuff that I post. I tag him.
Yeah, but Chris Claremont, you were a cunt to, so he shouldn't reply to you at all.
I ain't a cunt to no one.
You
I was nice to Chris Claremont. He just was a bit touchy with my comic while he was signing.
He dropped that down. He dropped that shit down to a 9.6.
He got it to 9.6. Definitely, 100%. That was a 9.8.
Like fucking you literally like you had your little Gambit cover, and you went up to him going, "Hey, Mr. Claremont, can I get your autograph, please, Mr. Claremont?"
It wasn't a Gambit. It wasn't a Gambit. It was a Magneto.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so you literally give it to him. You're like holding it like it's like a fucking Bible or whatever. You like pass it over to him. And he's like, he takes it. He goes, "Oh wow, I remember this comic. Oh god, it brings back so many memories." And you closed it and you go, "Can you just sign it, please?" And he's like, "Oh, okay," you know, but he's like opening, go, "Oh man, this brings back so many memories. You know, I did this artwork when I was, you know, when my wife left me or whatever." And close the book, fucking sign it, let's go. And we had the little CGC person, the witness.
The thing was, like, he opened it up, and then he did that thing, you know, like where you open it and you almost like put your hand fucking down the outside to push it down. You know, like if you got a shit book. He was like, "Oh yeah, look, fucking this keeps popping up. I just fucking And I was just like standing there, like, what the fuck did he just do? And he turned another page. I was like, "Now fuck this shit. Stop turning fucking pages. Give me that fucking book."
It was always like it weren't the same convention, but the other one was good. Was David Prowse was good as well.
He hated me, that can fucking hell.
No, it was just like you gave him the poster. This Mark Giles, I think it was. Basically, it was the poster. You gave it over to him. You like unrolled it and go. And he like looks at it and he's got his glasses. He kind of does that to adjust his glasses. And you're like, oh, you know, what was the quote? I can't remember.
Disturbing.
Yeah, I find you like a favorite disturbing.
That's what Mark Giles asked me to make sure he wrote that. So I'm one of them guys, right? Listen, I'm one of them guys where I don't want any mistakes. So I will say it so that you fucking hear me and you know what I want. Because, you know, Mark's asked me, and I like Mark, and I want him to get what he wants. So it's a case.
It was like he had the post, like you wrote it on a post-it note, and he kind of stuck it down in front of him, and he's kind of reading it with his fucking glasses, a bit like that. And then you read it out loud in quite an enthusiastic voice, and he was like, "I can read," you know, and just like put the fucking post-it note down and start writing it out, and you're just there like, "Okay, I'm not going to argue with Vader. Fuck it."
No, I'm not going to argue. It's not my print. If that would have been my print, I would have been like, don't look like you can read.
I've done Guinness Punch. Guinness Punch is good with the. I think it's like with the Nigerian Guinness, condensed milk, nutmeg, maybe rum in it as well, something. But yeah, it's good.
I like rum.
It gets a bit too sweet though. George might like that actually.
Have
you guys ever been in any bar fight? Yeah, that's a story for another time, my man. That's a story for another time. Ross from Sydney, great chat. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you.
If you're asking me and Alex if we've been in bar fights, that's like asking a fucking China, an Asian man if he's ever eaten fucking noodles.
Or rice, yeah. How could a billion Chinese people be wrong?
Exactly.
Is this a custom shirt for the?
Yeah, I really saw this for Legendary Beast. I thought it was pretty cool. Someone's just like sculpted a like ripped white shirt over him. I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I like it.
That's quite cool. Yeah,
I liked it.
That was a good idea. This is actually a piece I've got on order. This is not the render anymore. Now this is the actual statue. They've got these like
what the fuck is that? Strider? Who's that?
No, it's Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. So what happened was when they got to 100 units, they give you a free gift. So now we get the little kind of animated version of that. It's meant to be polystone as well, like little 12 centimeter polystone.
Nice.
That's quite cool. But we want the 150 goal because we want to get the ultimate sword. So hopefully they'll get more orders.
Nice.
So yeah, that's that. This is then the Hell Hydra, Captain America, and the Red Skull.
Yeah, so the concept was always meant to be that they were making a Red Skull on throne as well. And that's the actual, you can see Captain America sort of all in and the Avengers all in the tentacles there.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty fucking cool looking. Cool. That's some early renders. So that's like the original sort of renders of it.
Yeah,
I actually think this looks really cool. I mean, it just looks a bit big. It looks like it's going to be a big. So you need to be a big Red Skull fan for this. It's definitely a character that's worthy of a throne.
They said he changed something though, didn't he? Because he said originally it had Ant-Man, and he changed it for another character or something.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah, he's quite particular about stuff like that. So if it isn't sitting right, he'll just fuck it off.
Yeah, no, it looks cool.
Really, I like it. Like this sort of shush face as well. It's like the hand up to his lip and it's like shush. And obviously they're all being suffocated in the back of the throne, so it's pretty cool.
That's really nice. This is then the.
This is actually the statue. This is actually the quarter scale statue of Archangel. So there's two versions of this. There's the X-Force version, and then there's this version. And this, a lot of people are saying that they think the wings are maybe a little bit too long for their taste and all that. But I actually think this is breathtaking. How beautiful this looks. It's an incredibly elegant piece. Captures the character perfectly well. Body proportions are fucking perfect. The portrait looks fucking. This is the statue as well, by the way. This ain't a render. This is the statue. So this is the prototype painted up. So I think this was
one of the problems I had with PCS photographer is I think sometimes when you take pictures like this, you need to be a bit careful because people just assume it's a render. It's not. I think you need to do a bit differently to make it clear that it's a statue.
Yeah. I mean, because it's so sleek with the black background and all of the things, it's like the render. So I agree. You need to change some of that. You need to change up where it needs to look like it's in a place.
I mean, I can see now because I can see the fucking Lazy Susan on the base. But like, when you're like looking at that, if I'm going through these pictures, I'm just going, oh, it's a render. Okay.
Great physique.
And then if you say to me, oh no, that's a painted statue, and I'm like, oh yeah, oh it is.
Yeah,
and it's complementary as well because it means that the statues come out really, really well. But at the same time, you want people to know by looking at it.
Yeah, this is the actual piece. Yeah, I'm hearing in the group as well that there's two of these available. There's only two, so they're all sold out. That's pretty impressive to be that far in. This is obviously the X-Force version. I think they both come with the death mask. And then obviously you got the different colours of the sort of. It looks really impressive. Wings, incredible.
That is really nice.
The only thing is this doesn't have the sort of long blonde hair, and that was the main reason I bought the Sideshow version, was because I really loved the sort of long-haired portrait. I really like that portrait. So I was a bit like, I was thinking about maybe switching, but obviously with the tariffs
as well, I think the bases should be probably switched over.
I completely get what you're saying, which is like because of the similarities.
Especially this one.
He should be on the blue one, and the other one should be on the sort of red one.
Blue one, and then that one should be on that one. I think the bases should be swapped over just to add more contrast.
I completely agree. I don't disagree at all.
I just think that one is just kind of blends into it too much.
Well, it's grey. So there's no grey on him, so it's like. But I just think that I don't think there's enough of a variation. Grey is similar to black, and he's in black. Grey is similar to silver, and he has silver wings. It's similar, and I think the blue just takes that away from that discussion, and vice versa. When you got the grey and the black on the blue and pink version, you don't have that same discussion, do you? It's the same thing. It just takes that argument out of the equation. So. And this is the Magneto. Well, this is the discussion that they were having. This is like the custom head for it. I think they were saying they think it's still a bit too big. Although I disagree. I think that looks all right. Because it's got its mouth open, so it's a bit bigger. I actually think that the looking at the head on the body, I actually felt it looked good. But then again, in person, you get this sort of like that's an unpainted. That's the sort of like power sort of hand. I think this is a Sideshow. Magneto, and they're making a few different heads and this arm as well, which looks really cool. I think Lewis is painting these, Villamar, so
I don't think he wanted to be mentioned though.
Okay, sorry about that. I wasn't told that.
It was the funny thing where you've already mentioned him now, but the funny thing about it was he because we talk a little bit, he messaged me going, "Hey man, you posted my pictures and you didn't give me credit." I was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know it was you." And it's George who done it. I'll speak to George. And he's like, "Oh, no, I don't actually want credit." And I was like, "What the fuck are you messaging me for?" The fuck is why tell me that then? Because I don't really want the heat because I think Sideshow are going to crack down on all these custom add-ons now. So yeah. I don't want to be mentioned.
Oh, man, they've been going on forever, and to be honest with you, it will sell more Magnetos. So the big picture is not that. Trust me.
No,
they will sell more Magnetos with fan art, custom like add-ons around than they will without. Trust me.
It's a weird one because you need the Sideshow statue to get the add-ons.
I've got a fucking guy who's got fucking XM Studios who's got the fucking Eric Sosa Magneto portrait and hasn't got the statue.
I saw it, yeah.
I know lots of people. In fairness, I did that with the Logan. I got the Alvaro head sculpt for Logan. Yeah, and it's beautiful. It is one of the best fucking, like, it really is a great portrait.
I had it.
And I didn't have the statue. I was like, I'll just buy the statue, but I want that portrait because I want it on the thing. And I just never got the statue. In the end, I just sold the fucking head because I was like,
I think I sold the statue in the head, and I don't think I sold it for much more.
Well, then you're stupid because I sold that head for £400.
Yeah, I fucked up then.
I sold that head for I think with shipping it was like £400.
Jeez. It's one of our friends doing this actually. So this is kind of to go along J. Scott Campbell kind of pieces. So this is Dark Phoenix. He's only got a couple of those left as well. So he's only doing a run, I think, of 10.
That's a very low run.
I think this is Gerardo Alvaro as well. Gambit.
Yeah, this looks pretty nice.
I don't like the colours on my base.
Nah, me even that.
I like the white on my base.
I like the figure. I like the figure. I like it with the pole over his shoulder.
Yeah.
I like that pose.
I don't mind the base he's standing on, but below that purple, the bits between that purple just look a bit too childlike. I don't know. It looks weird. Not for me.
Nothing's really going to take me away from the premium format OG anyway. Especially now I've got fucking William Gitz's fucking head on it. There's not a chance. The only thing that it was lacking really was the portrait was a bit dated by today's standards.
Oh, there's concepts by Scan.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Looks great, doesn't it?
And Goblin Queen, do you want to stop there or do you want to?
Yeah, because that's last week. We got to that.
No,
yeah,
we didn't.
That's good. Yeah, we did.
No, I deleted all the stuff we did last week.
Did we talk about the Goblin Queen?
Don't think so.
Right, quickly do Goblin Queen and then we'll stop it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can't show a picture that we didn't cover and then fucking do it. Let's finish it. All right, so this is Madeline Pryor. We all know who she is. The Goblin Queen, the clone of Jean Grey, the one that birthed Cable and Strife. And this is her on Throne. So there's a couple of things you get. I think you get a couple of head switch out and a hand switch out as well. So yeah, this is what I know. This is very close to being coming out as well. This is a statue, not a render as well, and this is very close to coming out. So you've got that the pointing hand, and there's the come hither hand, and you've got this. I've just the fucking portraits are just madness. They're fucking madness, honestly. That under boob situation, that just and a redhead. This is just how I end up losing my wife and my family. So I have to stay away from people like this. So, but beautiful work on this on the throne and stuff. It's got like fucking demons and goblins hanging off it. Oh, wow. So you got one on the back, and you got two like either side hiding behind her, and that's the come hither sort of like portrait as well with the sort of come here.
Now you go to church, you can't display that, can you?
Oh yeah, there's goblins are okay. There's not. There's goblins are.
Well, that.
Yeah, it's a goblin.
Well, it's a bit demonic, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah. Really cool. Great contrast in the color choices to have these goblins as well, and that bone sort of thing. And you got the two different portraits. One's, a little bit more frosty sort of than the other. Kind of like that one. But yeah, it's a sexy piece, man. It's a really sexy piece. I think that's. I don't know if there's any more of those.
Yeah, it's nice.
There is. It'll be very
nice pieces on there because obviously I was added to the group. So there's some very nice pieces as I've scrolled down. Some older projects in there.
On the, their Storm. It's on 250,000 views.
Jesus! Wow.
250,000. I've looked at that Storm stuff.
Nice.
So their pieces like the female stuff. They're very, very popular. Like when people start seeing this, like, what the fuck is that? And it just spreads around. And I can see why, man. I mean, it's some of the best female stuff I've ever seen. I think this Goblin Queen looks crazy good and all. Really good.
It does. It's very nice.
Man.
Righty. Another chat done. So hopefully hopefully Sunday, 9 p.m. UK time, we can get the XM video up. I was going to do it on Spotify tomorrow, but I need to now put everything else up so they're in order. And it's really going to bother me if they're not in order. So I think I'm 131 in of 350. So it's a slow, long process. So people will watch it. We'll get some views on there. Get some new people listening to the channel.
It's positive.
Welcome to my world. Still cannot comment because of a bit of tit. Darren Crofer. He still can't comment because he posted that music video where the woman got naked. So the woman on stage where they all get naked. So, yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone. Do the usual like, comment, subscribe, share. Oh, Kevin Angelina in the house. Here's $20. Hoping someday we see doubles on the channel. keep up the hard work. You did in like 2017 or 18, but
You on a roll there, bro.
yeah. Cheers, man.
God bless you.
Take care, everyone. Thanks.
Be
Have a
healthy,
good
be well.
day.
See you later.
Bye bye.